Good morning and welcome back to the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. My name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you joining us this morning on this most auspicious of Thursdays. It is, in fact, very chilly outside. We will talk about the weather in just a minute. We are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. Appreciate you joining us today. If you're watching us live, if you're listening or watching later, remember you can always catch up on these shows at www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. They're free there. They're audio and video versions. You can check us out in that realm. Excuse me. As mentioned, we are online. We're also once a week in print. So please check that out. We would appreciate it. Our football show is also live at that URL, www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast for week 7. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But also do want to remind everybody that we have canceled our afternoon show. It was usually at 4:30 p.m. We will no longer be doing that. It didn't quite catch the traction that we were looking for. So we appreciate those of you who caught the show in the afternoon. If you would, please join us in the morning. If you come looking for these shows, you'll find this one, and hopefully you'll hear me say all this. So, getting into your traffic, heavy delays on I-12 westbound, backed up all the way to Sherwood and backed all the way up past Juban Crossing. There is also heavy delays at 1026, which is Juban Road, and 190. People probably trying to get out a different way than the interstate. Heavy delays on 190, 4-H Club Road, and Old River Road, where they come together on the western side of Denham Springs, probably because people are trying to avoid the interstate. Excuse me. Heavy delays on 64, heading into Central. Excuse me, I had to drink some coffee to try to clear up whatever's going on with my throat this morning. Hopefully I don't get hit by the weather change. That weather today it's 52 degrees outside, high of 71, and it's going to be a partly cloudy day. Should be some nice parts of the day later on after a lot of this cloud cover moves away. We're going to get 2 days of this. We're going to have today and Friday, tomorrow. Tomorrow's high 74 with a low of 63. Then we're going to get back up into the 80s and 70s for a few days. But then next Tuesday, it's going to drop to 75 and 55 is your low. So going to be interesting to see how long this fall weather hangs around. If this is, as people like to say, the fake fall, where we get some cool weather for a while, then it gets hot again, then it finally cools off, or if it's going to stay cold. For right now, it looks like it's going to get a little warm again for a few days, but then it's going to cool back off. Last night, it was announced from the Ward 2 Water Board meeting that they had found their painter, and they had also found their design for the Watson Water Tower, which will work on that will begin November 15th. And the final bid was for $16,000. The painter will be Precision Inspection of Plauchville. And the final accepted design was from Miss Mindy Morgan Robinson, who had submitted multiple designs free of charge. So, hoping to get that done by December. Again, they'll be up there. Precision Inspection will be up on the Watson Water Tower that's at the corner of Ben Road and Highway 16, starting on November 15th to get that logo painted. So we'll be looking forward to their progress coming up here in a few days. Old River Road will remain closed due to weather issues. Rain has pushed a lot of that work back. It is a combination project between Gravity Drainage District 1, Department of Public Works from the parish, as well as Department of Transportation and Development. What you had is a drainage line that followed a street side ditch, hit a culvert, and then was forced to turn perpendicular to the road to go across, and then had to go back upstream to get to the drainage slough that led to the Amiot River. The change that's coming is that they're closing all that up, moving the cross street culvert up so that the water goes straight across into the slough and out. It was causing a lot of overtopping, a lot of drainage backup. Water just wasn't getting out. You know, it was filling yards and things of that nature, and it was sitting in the ditch. So with this, with these changes, should get that water pushed out. However, initially they were hoping to finish by Friday. That's just not going to happen. According to Gravity Drainage District 1 manager Wesley Kennebrew, it's going to be next week, probably at best, before they can get that taken care of. There was a car flipped yesterday afternoon. Somehow the driver only sustained minor injuries. That was off of Highway 441. We don't have a whole lot of details on that one. Just that the driver made it away. Considering the accident, you can see the pictures on our website, www.livingstonparishnews.com. It's hard to believe it wasn't worse than it was, but made it away with minor injuries, so we are thankful for that. Last Friday, Restore Louisiana was given the okay go by the Department of Housing and Urban Development to ship out the duplication of benefits checks to cover SBA loans only. So please remember that those checks are only going to cover anyone who took out a SBA loan. So they've been shipped straight to the Small Business Administration to pay off those loans. If you are a person who had a duplication of benefit and either received notification that your loan was paid off, or received or has not received anything but does have an SBA loan, we'd like to hear from you. Leave us a comment below this video. We're very interested to see who got the benefit and who didn't, who probably deserved it and who didn't. Please remember that this was for anyone with 120% of the average median or the accepted median income, AMI, for the Baton Rouge area, which was roughly $52,000. Last time we wrote a story about that, which was about 6 months ago. It may have fluctuated a little bit since then. So if you were not within the 52,000 was the max. That was the 120% area. It's somewhere more like in the 40s, 44-ish. So if you were 52 or under, I just remember that. If you were 52,000 or under, you were probably immediately eligible for those SBA payoffs. If you make over 52,000, they're still working on trying to find hardship ways to get you that money. That would be Restore Louisiana is still working with the Department of Housing and Urban Development, as well as Congressman Garrett Graves, to try to get those folks paid. So time will tell on that one. School board has an early meeting today. Normally they meet at 7. Today they're meeting at 4. They'll be talking about 3 things. Flash to 2 on the live video. That's not correct. It's 3 things. One is they will be recognizing Mr. Cameron Amy, who is a multiple pole vaulting state champion over the past few years. That'll be a recognition by Superintendent Joe Murphy. Wanted to call him Alan. They will also be hearing from both Miss Leah Smith and Miss Summer Purvis regarding an NFL-based Gen Youth grant, which is usually part of their Play 60 initiative, and it works into trying to get breakfast and things to kids. So it'll be interesting to see how much money they have and what that'll be dedicated to. And finally, Miss Nikki Laverne will be giving a presentation and reacclimating the board with the Steam Express. If you're not sure what the Steam Express is, it is a bus dedicated to science and technology. It's mobile, so you can take it around to all the different schools. A lot of computers on the inside, a lot of different and interesting interactive stations for kids to kind of check out things like computers in general, graphics design, play games that are designed around science and technology, and math. Math is also a good one. So we'll be interested to see what the board has to say about that bus and where they're going next, where the STEAM bus will be rolling after the board meeting. So please keep an eye out on Twitter. I'll be at that board meeting at 4. On October 19th, that's this Saturday, basketball's getting started. Talent-laden Denham Springs High School, the girls, will be playing the ladies of Captain Shreve at about 5 p.m. at the Grady Hornsby Gym. So basketball season is about to get underway. These 2 teams played not too long ago, back in the spring, for a playoff seat. And it turned out that, as we all know, Denham won and ended up playing Walker in the semifinals. So it'll be a good game. Maybe a little bit of bad blood there. Again, that's this Saturday at Denham Springs High School. It's the Hall of Fame game. Starts at 5 p.m. Tonight, we have our last Thursday night football game of the season. Springfield's traveling down to Thomas Jefferson. It's a 6:30 kickoff, not 7. Springfield going to be interested to kind of keep some momentum going, keep learning some things as they get ready to head into their very protracted district schedule, which only has 3 games in weeks 8, 9, and 10. If you're interested in that kind of information, you can check out our football show, which is at www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. We sit down with William Weathers and Rob DeArmond and talk all about what's going on the football landscape coming into this week and what these guys are hoping to accomplish, or what these teams are hoping to accomplish in the next week. We'll be talking more tomorrow as Live Oak plays Walker, which should be a good game. There's a Live Oak High School graduate who's serving as a culinary specialist in the U.S. Navy. Jacob McKernan, a 2013 graduate of Live Oak High School, is responsible for feeding and ensuring nutrition of the crew of the USS Oklahoma City, which is composed of about 130 sailors. The Guam-based submarine is one of 4 Los Angeles-class submarines forward deployed to the island. He's a native of Walker, and he credited his success in the Navy to the lessons he learned in his hometown. And what he said is physical labor never hurts that much. So congratulations to Mr. McKernan for being, and that is spelled MC, capital C-U-R-N-I-N. Congratulations to him for being recognized by the Navy, and thank you, sir, for your service. We do appreciate it. And, you know, those guys got to get fed. So thank you for that. Let's take one more look at your traffic as we round out the show today. And it looks like folks are starting to funnel out of the Watson area after dropping their kids off at school, or they're just getting ready to head on to work as they pile on down Highway 16. Still some minor delays on 64 heading into Central. Delays at 4-H Club Road, Rushing Road, and 190 are starting to get long because of the delays on Interstate 12, which looks like, yes, they are caused by an accident at roughly just after the Millerville Road. Delays on I-12 are backed up past Jubin Road. There's also heavy delays at 190 and Jubin Road as folks are just trying to find a way to get out of Livingston Parish and into Baton Rouge. So it's going to be a slow commute this morning. I'm sorry about that, folks. Again, it's 52 degrees right now, high of 71 today, another low of 56 overnight. Maybe time to turn on the heater. It will get warmer as we move into Saturday, high of 81, low of 65, high of 84, low of 69 on Sunday, high of 82 Monday, but there are thunderstorms coming, which is going to drop the temperature again, and we're going to get back into the 70s and 50s next Tuesday. Once again, my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you joining us this morning on the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. Want to remind everybody that we have canceled our afternoon show at 4:30, just not getting the traction that we were after. We also want to let you know that you can check these shows out at www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast if you're ever interested in what we had to say that morning. That way you can catch back up. We have audio and video versions as well. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. You can check us out on those places. We're also online, as mentioned. I already gave you the URL. We're also once a week in print on Thursdays. That's $56 a year, $7 a month. We will, again, be running out to the school board this afternoon, so check us out on Twitter if you would. And please remember, you can always follow us there. We're sharing all sorts of information outside of the paywall and that sort of thing. So thanks for joining us here on this Thursday. Try to stay warm until it gets back up into the 70s sometime this afternoon. And then stay warm overnight, please, and we'll be back at you tomorrow morning. Thanks again. Have a great day.